How's it going, everybody? Today we finished a stairwell in a garage. I just wanted to show you guys everything that we've done. So we removed the other stairs that were about 12 inches more narrow. We removed those smaller steps that were about 12 inches more narrow. We leveled off and gave way more structure with bigger lags to the platform. Then we built this large stairwell, set of stairs going down to the platform. Gave it about another foot heavier landing, and we did a flush mount here, flush to the floor, which brings that rim joist from your stringers into your floor joist, which is way better than what they had going on. I'll show you in a second. Same thing over there. Did the same thing with a flush mount, strong collar ties. You know, you got the foot tie, you got the rim joist, and then we built this nice handrail system. It's just 2x4s cleated in, and then we plugged our holes on all of our screw holes here for the main handrail system. Really nice. I've sanded it down to make sure that there are no splinters getting on her hand when she pulls in on that. To structuralize this, see, they used to have it hanging on those two, whatever you would call those. But what we did was we lagged with big old 6-inch lags of washer head structural screws right into the actual floor joist system. And that's doubled up 2x10s, I believe. No, that's 2x8. So, and then we also found studs on our stringer over here. And everywhere we found a stud, we shimmed it in on both sides, slipped the cedar shingle in on both sides, and yeeted it in there. We also have our tie down here on the front, holding the stringers together. We deducted off of our top tread to have a rim joist on our stair stringers. And then we also opted to do 3 sets of collar ties on the stringer for just to take out the bounce out of the steps. And also we made sure that our stringers aren't walking or wobbling either way. When we built this, every time we treaded, I did like from the middle, and then I'd come down to the third and another third. We just kept getting the stringers straightened out. So if you look at the stringers, you can see that every one of them are perfectly walked. And I mean, we had to take that foobar over there. I made this system where you can slip the stringer right here and he holds the other side, and that length gives you plenty of leverage to grab that stringer and just do whatever you need with it. So as you can see all the way through, they're plumb, true, and square, which are all 3 different things if you look at it. Plumb, true, and square. We've got a level line here. We made sure the platform was level before we built anything. After we demoed the stairway, we you know, I knew that's what I needed to build to. I wanted it level. So we detached it on the left side, dropped it down about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch and lagged it. Added way more lags. We added another stringer in the bottom. And for this stairway, instead of having it come to here and barely grabbing onto this and putting all that load on just the tippy tip toes of your stringer, I gave it all this extra length. And then once I put it in there, you can see I slipped little bits of shingles in there just to take the bounce out of it. So that's really the whole thing. You want to take the bounce out of your stairs at all costs. Down here, you can see we added blocking, 2x10 blocking. You know, we built it with the 2x4 deducted from the toe. But once we were done, see, and we also ram set our 2x down in there. Pre-drilled and then ram set. We didn't pre-drill into the concrete, but I pre-drilled into my 2x4. So the ram set nail didn't have to fight that 2x4 on the way through the cement. But you can see we put more blocking in there behind the 2x4 in between the studs, the stringers. And what that does, again, is we stop the walking. You don't want that stringer to be all, you know, topsy-turvy. And again, deducted off of our run, 1.5 inches for that rim joist to hold those stringers together. That way you can build your stringer set away, and you don't have to stick build it. You can make sure it's square all at once. I mean, it's still stick building it, but you can do it on a nice flat level playing field with squares and make sure it's all good, and then you bring it right over and install it as is. And then once I got it installed, then I put the treads on. So there it is, guys. Absolutely perfect. And we do have an extra handrail system here, just in case she ever needs to sell the house, or maybe later on she feels, you know, gets too old, or, you know, worried about, you know, that. But she specifically asked me to remove that handrail, and we've got it sitting up here somewhere. So yeah, I'll show you guys. This here is a little wonky. We ought to put a couple of lags in that. You want to go grab a couple of 2x6, the 6-inch lags, get the black bit and drive some lags just right on this side of the board. I'm gonna go straight down that whole rim joist there. Yeah, so there's the set of stairs right there. So we can install that handrail. We can install that handrail at any point in time.